What do my biggest business building mistake and the hokey pokey have in common? I'm about to tell you. Hi, I'm Jennifer Peak, founder of the CFO School, and we help CPAs become high-performing CFOs. By the end of this video, you're going to know the biggest mistake that I made in building my fractional CFO business. If you stay until the very end, I'll give you a key tip on how you can avoid making the same mistake in your own. So the first thing is, let me assure you that I made all kinds of mistakes in building my CFO business. What we're going to talk about today is what I consider to be the biggest mistake. So as a quick reminder for anybody who didn't grow up with it, the hokey pokey is sort of a game, sort of a dance. I think it's actually used to help kids learn their right from their left. And it's the right arm in, right arm out, right leg in, right leg out. That is really what happened in my business. So when I first started out, I really didn't know what I wanted to focus on, what services we want to deliver, what types of clients we wanted to work with. And as a result, I did a lot of experimentation. And I think a lot of business owners have to do that. And frankly, that is a way that you grow and you really hone in on what your expertise is and what you like to do and who you like to work with. My challenge was that I let that go on for way too long before I made any decisions. What ultimately happened for me is that it took a little bit of an external plot twist for me to find the best path forward. While my company was certainly still doing what I would say in hindsight is too much experimentation, we were also getting more and more involved with business sales. So mergers and acquisitions sort of financial work. And as a result of that, I decided to become certified to do valuations. Now, there's a lot of backstory about why I decided to pursue the certification, but ultimately what that certification did for me is it really helped our firm and me as the leader of that firm get focused on the types of services that we were offering and who we were working with. Now, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that to be a development in my business, but it really stopped the 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We really started working with companies who were looking to do some sort of transition and move forward with either an acquisition or a divestiture. And those were skill sets that I brought to the firm, and the certification just added an additional level of credibility. In hindsight, I really wish I had been able to hone in our focus way before that certification came down, because there was a solid 4 to 5 years in there where we weren't as focused as we could have been. And I believe that we lost out on some key traction years as a result of that. Now, were we able to make those up? Certainly, but it took longer than it should have. And that's something that I don't want to have happen to you. How can you make sure that you don't get caught in a game of hokey pokey? The first thing is to set a timeline for yourself in terms of how much experimentation that you're going to do. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I really do think that that's a key element to a successful business, and that is making sure that you really have looked at a variety of opportunities so that you have a good context for what you like and what you don't like, what you do well and what you don't do well, what clients you work with best and the ones that really don't light you up. If you're building your own business, you might as well build it in a way that you really get jazzed about. So those are some key elements. The other thing that I would tell you is you need to set a timeline. At some point, you're going to have to draw a line in the sand and you're going to need to make a decision about what you're doing inside your company and who you're going to be working with. For me, that had to happen as an external force from a valuation perspective, but it doesn't need to happen that way for you, and it certainly doesn't need to take 5 years. All right, you got the inside scoop on what I think is my biggest business building mistake. I would love to hear from you what you thought about my advice in terms of how you can avoid it, and whether you've already run into something similar. Be sure to leave a comment below this video and let me know. And also, of course, like our video and subscribe to our channel for even more fractional CFO content.